The creator of the new remake of the cache map, FM Pawn, has finally broken his silence and confirmed my theory from the last video about the upcoming release of cache. Today, as usual, there's a lot of news. Hit that like button right now and let's get started. So, as you know, on February 14th we received a small update which added a new animation to the AK-47. But more importantly, this update expanded the upload weight limit for maps in the workshop to 3 GB, whereas it was previously set at 2 GB. And just like that, right at the start of the video, we're starting with the most exciting and important news. For context, I'll remind you that FM Pone, the second creator of cache, reported on his Discord channel about the final stage of the cache remake's development. It's already been 2 weeks since he shared that information, and as I predicted, the final stage is still underway. The issue is that since February 2nd, FM Pawn has been quiet in his Discord channel, and the message he posted there wasn't duplicated on his Twitter. However, not long ago, after the update allowing 3 GB uploads for the workshop, FM Pawn responded to a question from a Twitter user about the purpose of this update, asking how many gigabytes the new cache map weighs. It's obvious that this update wasn't intended for other developers, but to prepare the map cache for its inclusion in the game, since it will surely be added as one of the main maps, just as it was in CSGO. FM Pone confirmed this by posting a picture which validates my theory from the last video. So let's not lose hope, and hopefully we'll see this update by the end of February. Who knows, it might come even sooner. In other news, some of you noticed that Counter-Strike 2 has set a new online record of 1,740,000 players. This is the peak within 24 hours, and the game's player base grew by 30,000 players in the past 30 days. Interestingly, even though the all-time record is 1,800,000 players, this was set back in the CSGO days. Counter-Strike 2, however, hasn't surpassed that CSGO record, but it has set its own new peak specifically for CS2. Of course, you don't need to be a genius to understand why these online records are happening. There haven't been any major updates. The AK-47 animation update definitely wouldn't have significantly impacted the player count. It seems like someone might have started running large bot farms in Counter-Strike 2, and these bots are still unbanned. TDM Jesus also mentioned this issue on his Twitter, and it's still a problem in CS2. Of course, Valve might be playing into this as the numbers continue to rise. However, if Valve were managing the game at the level players expect, I believe the record could easily have surpassed 2 million players. But Valve has its own plans for the game. As reported by Osni, Imperial Valkyries, the female roster of the Imperial team, previously known as Imperial Female, is ranked 36th in Valve's team ranking. Meanwhile, the men's roster is ranked 32nd. Having a strong female roster in Tier 1 tournaments was indeed a significant event, and we hope they continue to show their skills and make it to the top. In fact, Valve's team ranking system is not entirely clear, and it's also not entirely understandable how two teams from the same organization can compete in the same tournament, especially when they have the same goals. A small scandal broke out on Twitter regarding accusations of cheating. A professional CS player accused another player of cheating in a tournament, attaching various clips as evidence. The suspicion arose from the fact that the player seemed to know where the opponents were located. The first clip shows this, while in the second clip the player is again certain of the enemy's position. The third moment was also considered suspicious, but personally I wouldn't call it suspicious. These clips are not the only ones, there are more highlights where the player seems to know the position of their opponents in advance. I'm not accusing anyone personally, I'm just sharing what one player suspects about another. For many years, there has been speculation and noted that the placement of the webcam is also off, which could give the player the opportunity to use some form of radar hack or look away to view information about the opponents, all while not being detected by the webcam, but the truth is, we may never know. Thor CS obtained information about whether professional players use hit prediction. In a previous video, I showed a clip of S1 Empil who was shocked by a hit prediction feature. The moment was in indeed odd, as it always is when hit prediction is enabled and it turns out that he had it on. After that he stopped using it. Some players like Wonderful or Kusaki. Meanwhile, Donk uses the ragdoll prediction feature but disables the other two. By the way, feel free to share in the comments if you use this feature. Lastly, a small fun fact: you've probably heard of the famous football player Neymar, and I'd even say an extremely famous one who plays a CSGO. He's been playing CS2 for over a year now and already has 11,000 hours in CS2 and 5,000 hours in PUBG, not to mention his inventory worth over $100,000, filled with expensive skins. I have no idea where a professional football player finds the time to play so much CS, but it's truly impressive. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching this video till the end. This was Reveal. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next damn video.